everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be creating a Decadent Pies dupe. Decadent Pies from Art Philosophy or Prima Marketing is one of their more popular sets. I happen to have gotten it in my Mungyo 48 set. If you're curious about that, check out my other video, which will be linked right down there in the description box. All about how the Mungyo set does duplicate 3 of the Prima sets. So if you're curious and you want a more affordable way to get a few of the Prima sets, the Mungyo is the way to do it. So I'm going to swatch out the Decadent Pie set, and then we're going to look at some possible dupe options. Okay, so the first color is an iridescent white color, so you can't see it, but it's white mocha. The pigment is PW20, which is odd to me, but it's an iridescent pearl color. The next one is called Earl Grey. I am finding that these iridescent colors need a little bit more time or pre-wetting. Next color is Pistachio Cream. One thing that I find interesting about the Prima iridescent colors is they do actually have pigment in them. So the Pistachio Cream, for example, has white, Indian Yellow, PY83, PB29 blue, and a gold mica. So there's quite a lot of a pigment background, even in the iridescent colors. It's not just mica. That makes it kind of hard to dupe. That's why I'm mentioning that. This color is Guava Meringue, also iridescent. Now we're moving into the other colors. This one is Banana Cream. This color is Pecan. It's a very, very red brown color, almost a pinkish brown. Interesting shade. This color is Peach Cobbler, and I'm just gonna tell you straight away, I don't think that there's a match for this. I think you have to mix it. The next color is Apple. This color is Pumpkin. This is Key Lime. And Blackberry is a lovely blue indigo color. And then we have Blueberry. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is these iridescent colors. I don't have a lot of iridescent colors that have pigment mixed in. I think the Paul Rubens set would probably be a good start there. I happen to have a book full of Daniel Smith paint swatches. I have the whole collection in swatches. So I can at least find matches in the Daniel Smith colors. So for the iridescent white, the white mocha, I would go with the pearlescent white. For the silver, the Earl Grey color, I would go with Moonstone. This one is actually harder to match in Daniel Smith, but you would probably want the iridescent gold. And maybe mix in a little bit of yellow pigment. And then for that last color, I would probably go with either Duochrome Adobe or Duochrome Autumn Mystery, depending on your preference there. So those are the iridescent colors. Unfortunately, I don't have any iridescent paints. I have the Fine Tech set, but it doesn't have pigment mixed in. I don't think it would be a good match. So I'm going to move on to the other colors now. I've got all of my paint palettes scattered around me, and I'm going to show you our different options. Starting with the banana cream. This is Naples yellow, or it's matching Naples yellow. So I'm just going to show you the Naples yellows that I have here. This is Mungyo. I think there's some blue in my paintbrush, so it's a little contaminated. This is Schmincky's Jaune Brilliant Dark. June. Schmincky also has a Naples yellow that's called Naples yellow, so I'll put them both here, and that's probably a closer match. So any Naples yellow would really work well for that banana cream color. For this color, I decided that transparent red oxide would be the best option. So this is Mungyo's transparent red iron oxide. And this is Daniel Smith transparent red iron oxide. It's a little bit closer, I think. A little bit closer than the Mungyo. Okay, I'm going to move over to the other side. Now, this color, unfortunately, I do not think there is a match for this. However, I just mixed a little bit of standard orange into some white watercolor, and I was able to get pretty close. So you can make this if you have white watercolor, just mix a little bit of plain, regular azo orange, benzimidazole orange, any kind of standard orange will get you really close to the Peach Cobbler color. For apple, I opted for Daniel Smith Deep Scarlet. You could also do quinacridone Burnt Scarlet. This pigment is also known as brown matter. It's usually weaker, less pigmented, but the Daniel Smith version is actually really good. So that is Daniel Smith Deep Scarlet or quinacridone Burnt Scarlet. I think they're both really good matches. So the next color is just a yellow ochre, the pumpkin color. So this is Daniel Smith's yellow ochre. This is Mungyo's yellow ochre. And this is Schmincky's yellow ochre. I think the Daniel Smith is probably the closest match. The next color is sap green. Basically, it's the key lime color. Any sap green will stand in well. This is Winsor & Newton sap green. I find that it leans a bit more yellow than other brands, so I don't particularly like this as a sap green. So I'm also going to show you Mungyo sap green, which is a bit closer. This is Mungyo Hooker Green. And this is Daniel Smith Sap Green. I think any of those would be perfectly fine. Another sort of interesting substitution for this color would be Daniel Smith Green Apatite Genuine. This is one of my favorite colors for landscapes because it just looks so natural. When it dries, it separates and shows some brown mixed in with the green. It's really lovely. Okay, so for the next color, it's an indigo shade. We know that. Now you could go with a blue Payne's Gray shade, or you could go with an indigo. I'm going to show you a few options I have here. So this is Schmincke's Payne's Gray Bluish. This is Daniel Smith Indigo. Gorgeous. It's a little warmer than the Payne's Gray. And I also wanted to show Mayan Dark Blue. This is one of my favorite shades. It's almost an indigo, but it granulates. So if you are looking for some granulation, Mayan Dark Blue is a great option. That's by Daniel Smith. And the last color is actually an easy one. This is just Phthalo Blue Red shade. So I will pop a few Phthalo Blues down for you. This is M. Graham. This is Schmincke's Helio Cerulean. And this is Daniel Smith Phthalo Blue. So they're all pretty much exactly the same. So I hope this helps you make your own Decadent Pies set if that's something you're interested in. If not, it was cool to just look through the pigments in the Decadent Pies set. I think it's always fascinating to sort of recreate the intended palette that these sets are trying to make. So I have more of these videos on the way, so if you want to see more, make sure you click like and subscribe to my channel. And thanks so much for watching. Bye!